here with WONDR, and I definitely have a lot of questions for you. I see you with your NASCAR shirt on, and I know you have a background history. You was into racing. Tell us a little bit about that, your interest in racing and where that came from.
Yeah, I got into racing when I was pretty young. My dad got me into Dale Earnhardt Sr., and we went to a few races out in Charlotte, and I think I was just hooked. I mean, ever since then, I was like racing go-karts, racing really anything I can get my hands on that had four wheels, right? Or two wheels, right? It could be a bike. But yeah, man, I've just been a huge fan of it for a long time, and I realized that, the swag, a lot of the stuff that, NASCAR is selling for merch is being worn by people in the hip hop industry or in the music scene. So I was like, why not make this a part of my brand fully, just because I'm already committed to the sport, for the fact that I like it and watch it. So yeah, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Also, I see that you do a lot of your own work. Like you actually produce and do your own recordings yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, I do a lot of in-house recording. I've recorded in some pretty cool studios, and I've had that opportunity, and that's been great. I think it's definitely beneficial, having that kind of energy. But it's for me, in-house works just as well. I make almost a similar sound quality. I save a lot of money, so I can put a lot more money on the marketing end of things, create a music video, whatever it is. So I think that's just a big thing for me right now as an upcoming artist.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget about the marketing aspect and the promotion and how important that really is to getting your music out there.
Yeah, it's huge, man. It's such a big part, because you can put a record out on SoundCloud, but can't really expect it to do much if you're not putting any kind of dollar into it or have some kind of marketing plan to back it.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about this Jungle Juice track. I see you got the race car and that type of aspect into it, but like that's a really it's kind of a diverse song where it's kind of got some crossover to it. Like it could go hip hop or I could see it being on pop. You know what I mean? It's just a great little track. How'd you come up with that concept in that song?
Yeah, I was just sitting in my basement writing, and I had the beat. I love the beat. I had been listening to the beat for like a week, but I never had the opportunity to sit down with it and write to it. So I've been anxious to do that. And I think one of like the first three or four words that came out, because I just like to kind of freestyle a little bit and just see how it plays on the track. I think one of the first words was Jungle Juice, and that's like that classic drink where you just mix a bunch of like liquors or juices into a big pail or whatever, and you serve it at a party. And I was like, that could be kind of cool. I haven't heard that term in a while, but I kind of wanted to relate it to like a relationship, and use it kind of as a metaphor for a relationship I had in the past, where it's like you really want this drink, but it's bad for you. You can get pretty messed up or drunk off of it. So yeah, man, that's kind of how I came up with the concept.
Yeah, I definitely, man. I feel like that track right there could do something major, and just going back listening to some of your other tracks, that you have, who you have different stuff. You have that, what is it, White Aston? Yeah, and so what got you into hip hop?
Man, I got into hip hop when I was really young. I had a sister and a brother who are both older than me. My brother's like a year and a half, and my sister is probably 5 years older than me. So they were just dishing me CDs back in like the early 2000s, where it was like 50 Cent, Ludacris, P. Pablo, these guys from North Carolina coming up, Jodeci, like stuff like that. And I think I just got hooked onto just the beat and the rhythm. I kind of naturally had that in me because I grew up playing guitar and drums. So I just, for some reason, man, I couldn't stray away from it, and towards the end of high school is when I started picking it up and saying, maybe I'll try this and do this. So I've been at it ever since.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you also do some, is it modeling and different things as well?
Yeah. So to pay the bills, man, I was trying to think of a way, where I could spend a little less time, working and more time just focusing on the music. In my day to day, because through college and through high school I was just working so much. I think it was taking up all my time, to be creative. I think that's a big thing. It's hard for artists to cut out time to work on their music and also, be able to afford to live. So, yeah, I got into modeling, dude, and it's been a really cool experience. I've been able to blend it into my hip hop career. So, like, I just did a brand partnership with Perry Ellis last year where it was just for WONDR. And, they sent us some clothes. We did a little campaign for them and Urban Outfitters, one of their new lines. So it was just a dope experience to see it all kind of coming full circle, and fully incorporating the modeling career into music.
Most definitely. I mean, I feel like that's good though, because I mean the exposure you get from the modeling and the music itself, just combine both of those together. I mean, really could make things bigger. Definitely.
Dude, definitely.
So what part of North Carolina are you from, and are you originally from North Carolina? Have you been here your whole life?
So I was born in New Hampshire. I moved overseas like first 4 years of my life. I lived in England and Holland. My dad's job took him over there. Not an army, nothing to do with that. But I know a lot of people ask that. And then I moved here when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I've been here ever since. I grew up around the Raleigh area, Raleigh, Cary. We've moved around so much, so it's just been really close to this area, Raleigh.
Okay. And so how long have you actually been into doing music and creating your own hip hop music and things like that?
Man, I started playing music when I was, I think, like second grade might have been. I got my first like guitar. My dad was into music when he grew up, but unfortunately I didn't get to like pursue that as a full-time career. So I think he really wanted to get my brother and I into it. So yeah, I started playing when I was super young, and then when it came to hip hop, I started late high school, started writing rhymes, and that was just for fun, man. It was just like it's kind of cool. I enjoy doing this, and I've been into hip hop for such a long time. It was cool to transfer from like guitar, which is like rock. I grew up on classic rock. Kind of just test my skills in that water of hip hop, and I kind of fell in love with it, man. I've been doing it ever since.
That's cool, man. So, what you got any like big plans or future projects coming up that people should be on the lookout for?
Things we're working on in terms of brands, and we got some big shoots coming up here towards the end of the month, and so and for music as well, we'll definitely have plenty of more singles coming out. This is kind of the year where I'm just dropping more stuff for everybody here. I'm not really giving any details on the next one yet.
Okay.
But still, it's still in the selections.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man, I'm just excited. There's a lot going on. So
yeah. I mean, I tell you, when I heard Jungle Juice, I knew something was there. So I started searching Spotify, started looking to see what what else does he have, man? So I definitely, I see something there, man, and that really like can be big, man. So I definitely will be on the lookout to what you have coming up, man. And if anybody's looking out for you, where can they find you, and what's the best way to keep in touch on what's coming out next with you?
Definitely. Instagram's a good spot. That's WONDR94, WONDR, no E. And then my website, which is wonder94.com. Those are definitely the best spots.
Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking your time out, man, and speaking with us. Like I said, I definitely look forward to what you got coming in the future, and definitely feeling your work, man. You're doing a good job, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.